Alright, picture the scene. It's 2006. You're playing on the best gaming console of all time, the undisputed champion, the GOAT, the PlayStation 2. I mean, I was 9 years old at the time. I was still a baby, but just stay with me. It's for the bit, okay? Just stay with me. You see everyone raving online about this game where you get to go to school and do some fucked up shit to a lot of people, and you're like, oh, I'm a kid. I want to go to school and do some fucked up shit. So you go and harass your parents, like, Mom, Dad, please, I really want to buy this game. Please, can you please buy me it? They look at the age rating and go, I don't know about that one, Chief. Sure. I mean, whose parents didn't buy them games that were meant for older age? But yeah, your mum and dad buy it for you. You're so excited. You get home, you frantically run to your PlayStation 2. You sit down, you scramble to put it in. Your barely working PS2 reads the disc. It makes that little fucking noise. The game finally boots up, and you didn't realize that you were about to experience peak gaming. And if you played the game at the time, it will be no surprise to you why we're still talking about it 20 years later. And that game is Bully. Bully is a third-person open-world game developed by Rockstar Vancouver, and it follows the story of a young 15-year-old boy called Jimmy Hopkins. And Jimmy has an anger problem, and he's a bit of a dickhead. Now, because Jimmy is such a dickhead, he gets flung out of every single school he's ever attended, so his mother drops him off at Bulworth Academy, which is a boarding school, so that she can go on her 5th honeymoon, leaving him alone. Now, Bulworth Academy is supposed to be the school where all the bad kids go when there's nowhere else to turn, so this is going to be our main school for the game. So Jimmy goes and meets the head teacher, immediately gets into a fight, and goes to his dorm room where he meets the first main character of the game, Gary Smith. And Gary, he's a fucking psycho. Over the course of the game, Gary tells you that he wants to take over the school, and Jimmy's just like, fuck it, we ball. Gary introduces you to the multiple different cliques or groups of the school, known as the bullies, the nerds, the preppies, the greasers, the jocks, and the townies. But the townies come on later. They're not at the start of the game. Each of them have different sort of leaders in their own group, different mannerisms, how they interact, and some of them are nicer than others, and some of them are just straight up dicks. Following the classic Rockstar progression system, the game starts you off in the school with locked gates, and you're not able to leave the school yet to go and explore the rest of the open world. After completing a bunch of missions, you eventually have the gates opened where you can explore more of the area. This is the same progression system that's in most of the GTA titles like GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas, so it's not a surprise that Rockstar has done it this way. And again, I love it personally. I'm not a fan of everything open right at the get-go like GTA 5, so this is a big win in my book. The whole start of the game is you doing tasks for Gary and becoming good friends with him. You also meet some other people along the way, some other teachers and students, and do a bunch of stuff for them, slowly gaining respect. And remember how I said Gary was a fucking psycho? Yeah, he just randomly turns around and tells everyone you said a bunch of bad shit about them, that everyone hates you, because fuck you, that's why. So after spending all that time doing all these tasks for these different groups, doing stuff for Gary, everyone suddenly hates you because of Gary, and now you have two main objectives. One, you have to gain the respect of all the groups again, and two, find and beat the shit out of that psycho Gary. Oh my God, I hate Gary. Now, I'm not going to cover the full story in detail. That's not what this video is about, but I'm just going to stick to the main sort of bullet points. Once Jimmy finally leaves the school, you make your way through the ranks. Each sort of chapter in the game focuses on a specific clique. For example, chapter 1 might be about the nerds, chapter 2 about the bullies, 3 the preppies, and so forth. Alright, well, that was just straight up wrong. Don't listen to this guy, because he can't be bothered to fact check before he records the video. And now I'm in the middle of editing this video, and I need to pull out the green screen again and re-record it, because he was too stupid to fact check something. So the real order of the chapters goes bullies, preppies, greasers, jocks, townies, and then the last chapter is free roam. Now, can we please continue the video, and please don't be wrong again. Oh shit, I've got green on me. You make a bunch of enemies along the way, a bunch of friends, you do a lot of really fucking weird tasks for a lot of people. And towards the end of the game, Jimmy earns the respect of all of the groups once again. Yay, we're best friends, everyone's fucking friends again. So as Jimmy, now you're top of the world, you're top of all the cliques are with you, they all see you as their leader, you feel like you're untouchable, and then you're talked into doing one thing which would be the biggest downfall of this entire thing, vandalizing the town hall. Jimmy makes his way across to the town hall, which is one of the main locations in the game, and climbs up it and sprays some graffiti, because again, he thinks he is untouchable. But In this case, he's not. The school find out about it, Jimmy is expelled and he's feeling very angry and bitter about it. But my god, mate, what did you think was gonna happen? You're on top of a building with a spray can. What did you think was gonna happen? Do you think they're not gonna find out? Mate, the school is a 1-minute walk away. They could probably see you from the head office. So like I said, Jimmy is expelled and Gary, you remember Gary? Gary the psycho? Yeah, he's head boy now. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's head boy for some reason now. Jimmy hears through the grapevine that things at the school are not looking good anymore. Everyone is angry, everyone is fighting with each other, and it's all because Jimmy was the glue holding everyone together, because none of these cliques really interacted with each other, but through Jimmy, they all found friendship. But now that Jimmy is expelled, that doesn't exist anymore. So they're all beating the shit out of each other for some reason. So what does Jimmy do? Jimmy goes back to the school. Jimmy beats the shit out of all the leaders, putting them all back in their place. And then he goes into the school to confront Gary. You chase Gary, meet him at the roof of the school, and then you beat the shit out of him, and then you fall through the ceiling into the head office. And how did they not die? This is two 15-year-old boys falling from a ceiling and they somehow just didn't die. Jimmy explains to the headmaster when you find out he's been tied up by Gary because Gary took over the school. By the way, I forgot to mention that part. Yeah, Gary took over the school because he's a dickhead. As I've mentioned, Jimmy is now back in the school and it's happily ever after. Yay, we're back in school, yay! The credits roll and then we finished the game. Now, you might be asking yourself, that sounds like a pretty lackluster story. I mean, the story itself is okay. So, why is the game so peak? We've only really spoken about the story elements of the game, so in this chapter, we're going to speak a bit more about the gameplay elements and what makes the game so... Is that a fucking skateboard? Grand Theft Auto is what Rockstar is traditionally most known for. You know, you get to drive around, you get to fuck shit up, you get to shoot guns and all of that. Bully is the complete opposite of that, but it has a lot of similarities. Since the game revolves around a schoolboy being 15 and we can't really use guns and drive cars and stuff, Rockstar substitutes this for, instead of cars, we have motorbikes and skateboards. And the skateboard itself is so fun. It's such a nice way to get around the map. And with the physics system as well, going down those big hills and flying around the map on the skateboard, it's so fun. I absolutely love it. It reminds me of the jetboard from Jak 2, how you had it permanently on you, and I love that. It's a really good way to get around the map. It helps as well that the map is completely tiny. It's not really a big map compared to the other Grand Theft Auto games, so the use of a skateboard to get around it is completely valid. You also have bikes and motorbikes if you want to get that extra bit of speed, which are easily accessible for any point of the game. And like I said, Grand Theft Auto had things like guns, but in Bully you can't really do that because, again, 15 years old. So since kids can't actually use guns in the game, they're replaced with things that kids actually can use, like slingshots, stink bombs, bags of marbles, spud guns for some reason. I mean, I know I said no guns, but it shoots potatoes. I mean, to be honest with you, actually getting shot with a potato with full force would probably hurt more than a fucking bullet. The story itself, again, is full of variety. Like one mission, you're entering a fun house to help some nerds escape from some jocks. The next mission, you're doing a motorbike race. The next mission, you're raiding the girls' dorm for your gym teacher to steal their underwear. Yeah, we don't talk about that one. Now, I didn't say the missions were great. I just said it had a lot of variety, so don't give me shit for that one. Blame Rockstar. Game has a lot of mini games inside of it as well, like this one, Consumo, where you need to hit a high score to get access to a new save location in the game. And it's so fun, but I hate it. I hate this mission. If you came up with it, I hate you. I mean, it's a fun game. Don't get me lie, but my god, I hate it. The high score is too high. I hate it. Since the game is about a high school kid as well, we have to go to class. There's multiple different classes in the game, such as like maths, geometry, English, science. Each of these classes have different mini games inside of them, depending on what class it is. And once you complete that class, you level up that class and you can get access to some rewards. For example, the shop class is a class where you get to work on bikes. If you go to the shop class and level through it, you get access to new bikes and they will spawn outside of the class for you to pick up at any time, which again is a cool little addition. Also part of the class mechanic is if you were late for class because it had specific times, the prefix would chase you down, and if they caught you, they would take you to class forcibly. Or you could just punch them, run away like a little shit, and then if you're caught, you get to go to detention and cut grass, which was really boring. I usually turned off the PlayStation at this point. Main missions, side missions, mini games, classes, races, collectibles, customization. This game had everything. It was amazing. So you think to yourself, surely Rockstar would see how much people love this game and make a sequel, wouldn't they? I mean, wouldn't they? Now, I've never wanted a sequel for a game so badly. I replay Bully every year or two, and every time I do, I just have so much fun. The game is full of just great moments. The story is great. The humor is great. The gameplay elements, the mini games. I mean, I went on about it before, but it was genuinely really good. The main thing about the game was it was just a linear story, and it just sucks you in, and you just don't want to stop playing with it. And it's just 12 hours of just fun. Bully 2 was a thing. Rockstar planned it, they started developing it, but it was cancelled after some time, and there was actually a playable copy out there in Rockstar's headquarters that has yet to see the light of day, and is roughly between 6 to 8 hours long according to rumours. The game itself was supposed to have a much larger map, and the story centred around Jimmy's home life with his stepfather and his new stepbrothers. I won't go into too much in detail about the story about the game, but there's a Reddit post linked in the description that has all the information you could ever want about Bully 2, so if you're interested in that topic, then please have a read there. I always wondered why Bully didn't get the sequel treatment, but other Rockstar titles did. Manhunt, Red Dead Redemption, Grand Theft Auto. Now, I know you would say they are great games and deserve it, but damn it, so does Bully. Bully deserved a sequel just as much as the rest of them. People still have hope for a Bully 2, even 20 years later, but the thing is, I don't think it's going to happen. For the simple reason is, it's been too long. It's been 20 years, guys. 20 years. It's not going to happen. Come on. I personally would settle for a remaster of the game. I would love for them to do a full reboot. But if you ever do any sort of remaster, keep Grove Street Games away from it. Look what they did to Grand Theft Auto. Look at it. Do we want this again? I don't think so. The love for Bully is still there in the community. YouTuber Swegta has made a mod for Bully called Bully Online. It was a sandbox environment for the PC version of the game that meant owners of the Bully game could log in and all play with each other and have a good time and relive some memories like they did 20 years ago. And Rockstar, being the great company that they are, they saw this project, saw how much love and dedication was poured into it, and then they shut it down. They shut it down. They didn't give that shit time to breathe. They don't care. They shut that shit down immediately. So Rockstar, I just have one question, just one if you could answer. Why? 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 You don't care about the game. It's not making any money. Why do you care enough to shut it down? Look at Naughty Dog for a great example of how to do things. Jak and Daxter was a game that was exclusively on the PS2, and some really big fans of the game ported it over to PC in their own time. And do you know what Naughty Dog did? Nothing. They did nothing. Do you want to know why? Because they understand that they're not going to make any money from Jak and Daxter anymore, but we still have the fans out there that want to relive and replay this game and keep it alive forever, and they love that, and they applaud it and pushed it on, and now we can play Jak and Daxter on PC. But Rockstar, don't care. Don't touch our products, you fucking idiot. I mean, like I said, people still love Bully to this day, but the game gets old after a while because it's a story game at the end of the day. There's only so many times you can replay it before it does get a little bit old. So all someone was trying to do was breathe some fresh air into it, and Rockstar just shut it down like it was nothing. And that is just so shit, in my opinion. Like I said, I would love for Rockstar to do something with Bully, apart from the occasional mention or being added to GTA Plus. Who the fuck pays for GTA Plus? That shit makes lots of money. Who's paying for this shit? With GTA 6 coming out, I would love for Rockstar to venture out after GTA 6 and create some more one-off titles, because when Rockstar really gets into the heart of it and gets creative and creates something, they always deliver. And I know for a fact they could make another game like Bully, but they're just choosing not to. For Bully, I don't think Rockstar is ever going to touch it again. I would personally love for them to do a remaster of the game or a full remake, but again, do not let Grove Street Games touch it. You saw what happened before. Again, don't let them touch it. We don't want this. I don't think they personally will do anything with the game ever again, but I would love to be proved wrong, and I will always keep that little bit of hope inside of me that they will. So here's hoping. But yeah, guys, that's all from me. It's my first time doing this sort of video, so if you liked the video, make sure to hit like, subscribe if you want to see more, comment for something you want to say, but I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.